Welcome back, Celtics fans, to another massive update right here on the channel. Today we have to dive deep into a topic that has completely transformed the entire landscape of the Boston Celtics season. We are talking about a monumental shift in roster construction and player development that has taken the biggest weakness on this team and turned it into an absolute juggernaut of a strength. Grab a seat and get comfortable because we need to talk about the incredible evolution of the Boston Celtics center position and how the arrival of Nikola Vucevic has elevated this team to an entirely new championship level. To truly understand the magnitude of what the front office has accomplished, we have to rewind the clock and look back at the overwhelming anxiety that surrounded this organization just a few short months ago. Think back to the start of the 2025 to 2026 regular season. The narrative surrounding the Boston Celtics was dominated by one glaring, massive question mark. Everyone in the national media, every local beat reporter, and every single fan watching from home was asking the exact same thing. How on earth is this team going to survive in the paint? The front office had made the incredibly difficult decision to part ways with two absolute staples of the Boston front court. We said goodbye to the veteran leadership and defensive anchor Al Horford, and we also parted ways with the unique floor spacing dynamic of Kristaps Porzingis. Losing two massive pieces like that would cripple almost any other franchise in the National Basketball Association. The sheer amount of production basketball intelligence and rim protection that walked out the door left a gaping hole in the middle of the Celtics lineup. Instead of panic buying or making a desperate move, the Boston front office decided to take a massive, calculated risk. They chose to bank on the unproven potential of two relatively unknown commodities in Luca Garza and Neemias Queta. The skepticism was incredibly loud. People were actively wondering if a championship contending team could truly rely on Garza and Queta to hold down the fort against the elite big men of the Eastern Conference. Fast forward to today, and that narrative has been completely shattered into a million pieces. Not only did Garza and Queta step up to the plate, but they absolutely knocked it out of the park, playing significantly above any realistic expectations placed upon them. However, the true masterstroke, the move that took this roster from a great story to an unstoppable force, was the blockbuster trade to acquire Nikola Vucevic. That single transaction took a position group that was fighting hard to survive and turned it into a terrifying three-headed monster that opposing coaches are having nightmares trying to game plan against. Let us start by breaking down the incredible rise of Neemias Queta. Before Vucevic even arrived, Queta was already putting together a phenomenal campaign. He took the opportunity given to him and ran with it, emerging as one of the most intimidating and effective interior presences in the entire league. The Celtics desperately needed someone to anchor the defense and provide high-level offensive rebounding, and Queta delivered that in spades. When you look at the advanced metrics, it is actually mind-blowing what Queta has been able to accomplish this season. According to Basketball Index, he is currently ranking in the 96th percentile in rim protection. Let that sink in for a second. He is elite at stopping players from getting easy baskets at the hoop, but he is not just standing there waiting for players to attack him. He ranks in the 94th percentile in rim disruption and the 98th percentile in overall rim deterrence. Players are literally changing their entire offensive approach because they are terrified of challenging Queta in the painted area. Furthermore, he has developed into an absolutely elite defender in pick-and-roll situations. He ranks in the 96th percentile in screener rim defense and the 97th percentile in screener mobile defense. This means he has the lateral quickness to switch onto smaller guards on the perimeter and the pure strength to battle massive centers on the block. He brings a level of defensive consistency and pure athletic energy that sets the tone for the entire starting unit. But the brilliance of this center rotation does not stop with defense. While Queta was locking down the paint, Luca Garza was providing a completely different and incredibly valuable skill set off the bench. Garza stepped into his role and instantly offered a massive offensive punch in relief of Queta. He brought an incredibly refined post-scoring package, the vital ability to space the floor with his three-point shooting, and a very underrated playmaking vision from the top of the key. Garza proved that he was not just a filler player. He is a legitimate weapon who can completely change the geometry of the basketball court when he checks into the game. We saw the perfect example of his immense value during the crucial February 2nd clash against the powerful Milwaukee Bucks. Going into that game, the Celtics were facing a massive hurdle because Neemias Queta was forced to miss the contest. In previous years, missing your starting center against a team like Milwaukee would be an automatic recipe for disaster. But this year, the Celtics embraced their depth as a legitimate weapon. Garza stepped onto the floor, played 20 massive minutes, and delivered a spectacular performance. He posted 7 critical points, grabbed 10 massive rebounds, and incredibly pulled down 7 of those on the offensive glass. He kept possessions alive, he battled for every loose ball, and he was a primary reason the Celtics walked away with a huge victory. That game was a shining example of the fundamental truth that defines this current Boston roster. They have built an environment where the next man up is always ready to perform at an elite level. And then came the trade that shook the entire league. The acquisition of Nikola Vucevic was the front office looking at a very good center rotation and deciding to make it absolutely unfair. The trade for Vucevic took the quality minutes being provided by Garza and Queta and elevated them to something far more extreme. We are talking about bringing in a 2-time All-Star who possesses a deeply refined offensive game. Vucevic provides a very similar offensive value to what Garza brings, but he does it with significantly more minutes and with the undeniable benefit of having a much higher ceiling for his strongest performances. He is an established veteran who understands exactly how to dissect opposing defenses. He can score with his back to the basket, he can pop out for the mid-range jumper, he can knock down the deep perimeter shot, and he is an exceptional passer out of the high post. While Vucevic is still actively adapting to the Boston Celtics system and learning the tendencies of his new teammates, he has already showcased exactly why the front office went out and got him. He recently put on an absolute clinic, demonstrating the staggering ceiling of his abilities by dropping 28 points, securing 11 rebounds, and dishing out 4 assists in just 25 minutes of action. It was a flawless display of offensive basketball. That performance marked his 15th game this season, scoring at least 20 points, and his 23rd showing with a minimum of 10 rebounds. While the Celtics certainly had impressive offensive talent with Garza coming off the bench, Vucevic offers the consistent high peaks and the general sheer volume of production that the team was ultimately lacking at the center position. He provides a safety net for the offense. When the perimeter shots are not falling and the game bogs down into a physical half-court battle, the Celtics can simply dump the ball down low to Vucevic and trust him to generate a high-quality look. This dynamic creates an absolutely perfect balance within the roster. You have Vucevic offering elite nightly production and the constant threat of a massive offensive eruption. Then you have Queta coming in and providing elite lockdown defensive consistency and rim-running athleticism. And backing both of them up, you have Garza providing an invaluable source of deep rotation production spacing and energy. The Boston Celtics have successfully solidified their interior presence by completely embracing their depth. They have created such a profound luxury at the center position that even if one of their 3 incredible big men has to miss a game due to injury or rest, the team can easily overcome it without missing a single beat. This transformation from a massive question mark into a definitive, overwhelming strength is a testament to the brilliance of the coaching staff and the vision of the front office. They refused to panic, they trusted their internal development, and then they struck with precision in the trade market to finalize the ultimate puzzle. This 3-headed monster of Vucevic, Queta, and Garza is going to be an absolute nightmare for any team to deal with in a 7-game playoff series. They have the size, they have the shooting, they have the defense, and they have the experience to match up against literally any style of basketball the opponent tries to play. We are watching something truly special unfold in Boston this season. Thank you all so much for watching this deep dive into the Celtics' new dominant center rotation. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on everything happening with our team, please hit that subscribe button right now. Leave a big like on this video to help it reach more fans, and make sure you click that notification bell so you never miss a single upload. Also, if you want to help support the channel even more and keep this content coming, please consider clicking the join button below to become a channel member. It really helps out a lot. See you in the next one.